have in the studio the master nominee, or should I say inductee. And so, Mr. Bluesman himself, Michael Charles. How are you, Michael?
Great to be back again, Anthony. Good to
That's
see
great.
you too.
Yes, and that happened from the last time we were here. You were here, went back home to Chicago, and what did it feel like knowing nominated and then being inducted?
Well, it's really weird because number one, I don't play music for any awards or anything like that, but they do come, and it's always a nice pat on the back. But I still remember distinctly when my assistant Jane came down. I was in the studio and she comes down and says to me, "You've just been inducted in the Blues Hall of Fame." And I was, my headset on, I'm laying down some guitar tracks, and I just went, "Yeah, fine." And so she took off, and then I kind of, in the middle of putting down a guitar track, I just stopped, froze, and thought, "Did I hear right?" And so I went upstairs and said, "What did you just say?" And she said it, and I said, "Wow." And it just kind of, it was like numb for a while, like, really? And but then I kind of thought about it, I thought, well, that's just another pat on the back. So just turned around, went back downstairs and started working on my tunes again. It's as easy as that, really.
That's great.
But it's a great honour. Yeah. It's nothing to just say, shrug your shoulders and say, "Oh, yeah." I mean, I'm quite proud and quite honoured that I'm in that category of people, and just makes you a little bit more humble. Anyway, it makes me a little humble.
You're a blues legend. You're up there with the greats, even though you've got your BB Kings and Muddy Waters and all that, but you're in with them, which is a great honour for someone from Australia too.
Yeah, I'm just a guy from Melbourne, Australia. Yeah. Actually, Coburg.
But when I heard it, I thought, wow, this is great. It's good news.
Well, what it does actually, it makes you realise that hard work can pay off, and that's really what it's all about.
Because you're on the road a lot in the States.
Well, yeah, I'm touring constantly. Actually, when I get back to Chicago the next day, I'm back on the road touring. They're not even giving me a chance to get over my jet lag. Next day we're back out to Minneapolis, and then we're going towards Cleveland, and so it just goes on and on. Yeah, but we're touring so much, so getting into the studio and recording an album, it's becoming harder and harder, and that's an important part of what you do. So it's constant work. If I'm not on the road, I'm in the studio recording, and in between there somewhere, finding the little bit of time to write a song.
Going back in time, you were with the Magnum. What made you go on a solo venture?
I was in that band, and as I say, I was a songwriter, and actually with another guy, Robert Pagano, we wrote the songs for that band, and being the guitar player. But I didn't know vocals in that band. I think there was on the album that came out, if I remember right, I think I sang one song on it or something, and I said, "I'm not singing no more."
What changed your mind? Thank God you did change your mind.
I just said, "No, there's better singers than that around. I'm not singing no more." And what happened was, once actually we were having this discussion, I got together with Magnetic Records, which was the guys that actually released the Magnum stuff, and I got together with him. I haven't seen Sam. His name's Sam Javasi. I haven't seen him since 1983. We got together just the other day, and he's a DJ too now. And it was really weird because we got together and it was like all those years didn't pass. It was just amazing. We just had a great day, and we were kind of reminding each other what happened in that period of time. Because I go, "What happened there?" And he'd go, "What happened there?" So we were both remembering different kind of things. But what happened was the band actually disbanded after that single came out, pretty much. And after that, I thought, I'm just going to try some stuff on my own. And that's when I went to the studio and started recording Try Another Key.
Which is a great album.
And I just never looked back.
And that has to come out on CD one day. It's got to come out.
Yeah?
Yes,
You think so?
I think so. I think so. It's okay. It's your early days, but you know, it's part of like your anthology. You started off the anthology with "I'm a Puppet,"
Right.
which is
the
opening song to the album,
Yeah.
and it'd be just you know another. It's the same as another great album that you've done, Concert at the Nest.
Well, Concert at the Nest was a different animal.
Mm.
That's something that I recorded, and we, talking about we, it's Greg Williams and myself. He was my producer,
Mm.
still is. We
Mm.
still work together. Actually, going to the studio in the next couple of days, recording a song in his studio again. So we both said, man, that live album that was recorded, what happened to it? So we decided, let's bring it out now. It doesn't really matter. So I've been promoting this live album from 1989. So everywhere I go, I call it my new old album. Because that's basically what it is.
Yeah.
But it was a stepping stone. That was like one of the last shows before I moved to the US.
Yeah.
So it's an important show, an important time in my life. It was but it was forgotten as well. You know, there's so many things which makes you think, what else is up there in my archives that's forgotten? There's a lot of stuff, you know.
The anthology should be anthology 2, anthology, I'm sure. And there's something missing on this album.
There is.
Yeah, there is.
There is. You were probably at that show.
Yeah, the second disc.
The second disc.
There's only 11 songs.
There's only 11. Well, you know my show's going really long, right? Yeah.
And I must admit, how did you decide on those 11 songs?
To be quite honest, I went through. I listened to it several times, and I just decided on the songs that through the years that have passed, knowing which songs that people have liked or have responded to the most, and the songs that, because they're the early, some of them are very fresh songs back then that I wrote that ended up on albums later on. So, and the songs that still hit the crowds in a big way. So I decided they're the ones to put on there again. Let people that have got my material and people that buy my albums hear what it was like when I wrote those songs. And that's what made me choose them. But but you let the cat out the bag now. There's a lot of songs that were left up, you know.
And when I must admit, when I first got the CD, I'm looking at it and I'm playing it and I'm going, wow, Simple Day Living, My Shadow. I was there when these songs were, you know, being performed before they even put it, you know.
Well, not only just performed, they were performed in a way that I didn't even know how to perform them. You know, because back then I was writing so many songs, and I would go into the rehearsal and teach my band a song, and within 4 or 5 days we're playing a show and we would play it on stage. That's what I was doing. I don't do that anymore. I let the song ripen up a little bit. I mean, I haven't got the courage anymore to do that. It's like I like the song is it worthy to be on a stage? You know, back then I would just write a song and perform it, and so those songs are quite raw and quite unfinished. So when I listened to them, I thought, wow, that it's got to come out. And Greg agreed. He said it was. There's a video we put on YouTube where we're actually discussing.
Yeah, saw that. Yeah.
So anyone that's interested, that says it all on that video, I think. You know.
And one of the great tracks on this album is the one you finish off with, "Hard Days and Long Nights." I like the live version of that.
Well, you probably remember a few shows that you came out to. That was my anthem at the end of every show.
Yeah. And it just fits into the album, and I'm glad you put that on. And what we need now, as a bookend to Concert in this, is one of your recent concerts.
That's in the works.
That's good.
It's in the works. Actually, there's, I guess I can let the cat out the bag. There's live in Canada. There's a live album that's going to release hopefully next year. I mean, I've got all the master tapes, and I've just got to go sift through it and pick the tracks again, like I did with that. Pick the tracks that I think should be on there. And so that's on the works. So you're going to have a recent live album too. It's about
Good.
time, I think.
Yes, yes. All right, we're going to play a track before you actually play live. I'm going to play a track from it's from the concert from the Nest, but it's the bonus track. A great track.
Oh, the track you only can get when you buy it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And guys, if do yourself a favour, grab hold of this album. It's a great live album called Concert at the Nest, and get it through Michael's page, michaelcharles.us, and with that you get a bonus song. And this is the song, and it's a brilliant song. I love this from the first time I heard it, and I remember the first time I saw you was at the old Red House in Collingwood.
Right. Yeah, great little.
And you were on PBS during the week. I think it might have been could have even been the Tuesday or Wednesday before the show, because the show was on a Thursday night.
Okay.
And I was driving from Altona to Port Melbourne, and had it on PBS and heard this young chap talking away, and played a song, and the song was Must Be On My Own, and I'm just, whoa, this is all right. And then when you mentioned that you were playing the Red House on the Thursday night, that's it, I'm there.
Well,
and to see the, like, walk in, and there was a huge table with a few people on it, and there was about half a dozen people scattered around the place. And you come out on stage and you performed like you were performing in front of 1,000 people. And that's what got me. I said, this guy is absolutely fantastic. you sent me broke that night on the way out.
I sent you broke?
Well, I needed that music, which I got the EP Without Your Love, the company, and of course Home Through the Streets and The Wind. And I even bought the cassettes so I could listen to them on the way home in the car.
That's right. Back then there was no CD player.
No, it was all that. Anyway, so we're going to go. We're drifting off that for a minute. But anyway, let's have a listen. This is Michael Charles doing Wonderful Tonight.
Okay. Here we go. Let me see if we can pull this one off. Burnt by the ways of time, denied the things that make you fine. Inside every mind, live those moments when we cry, but as time goes by, the tears run dry. You gotta keep on walking. Keep walking. As I play the song, I hear a voice in my head. The words You gotta keep on walking. Keep walking. Burnt by the ways of time, denied the things that make you fine. Inside every mind, live those moments when we cry, but as time goes by, the tears run dry. You gotta keep on walking. Keep walking. You gotta keep on walking. Keep walking. You gotta keep on 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 walking.
Magic, magnificent.